Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to the very first update for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm going to let you know how I'm doing, what I've been doing, and also the problems that I'm having right now with the game and how I intend on solving them. Okay, so first things first, I've owned the game now. I believe it's been almost 2 weeks, and I've put in a good amount of time with it so far, and I found a team that I really like after working a lot, and that team is Super Skrull, Akuma, and Sentinel. Now for now, I'm going to keep Sentinel on my team because being a bad player as I am at this point, sometimes he's the only thing that can save me, and yes, that is cheap, but, until I get better at the game, I've got to have something that I have a shot with if I'm playing somebody really good online or something like that. As I get better, I might find a replacement for him. If I find somebody who I like more, I may not. I don't know. But I have been also learning a little bit more of the advanced features. I've been learning some more advanced combos and things with those three. I've been learning what combos into what can off the ground, and what can you super cancel out of, and all these different things. I've also been playing online a good amount, and I did okay the first night I went online, Dave and I did okay, but as of late I have continued to just lose and lose and lose and lose, and my record is something abominable now. It's like 11-35 or something like that, but because the computer keeps matching me up against people who are way far above me in rank, even though I go to custom match, I go to rank and I put same, it doesn't rank me with the same people. It matches me with people who are far above me in rank. I don't get that, but that's what it does. But anyway, the biggest problem and the most frustrating thing I'm having with the game right now is that I am using a gamepad, and I can't get my moves to come out of it. And it's frustrating for a bunch of different reasons. The main one being, I want to learn the game, obviously, and the best way to learn is by making mistakes and learning from them. Well, when I try to do a move or something like that, and it doesn't come out on the gamepad, or it doesn't come out on the screen because of the gamepad, I can't learn from it, because if I make the move, maybe if I make the move it's the right one, and I do well, and I say, okay, well this is something, I did something right there. Or maybe the move comes out and it's a really bad decision and I get punished for it, and I learn from it and it's a mistake. Well, if it never comes out on the screen, I don't know. I don't know if it was the right decision, and most of the time what will happen is I'm sitting there trying to do a throw, like I'll try to do Super Skrull's command throw, which is quarter circle back plus an attack button, and it never comes out. I try to do it 2 or 3 times, and Super Skrull's sitting there like an idiot doing like a crouching punch or something, just sitting there in the middle of the screen, and the other guy, once he figures out and gets over the fact that I'm looking like an idiot, he comes up there and just rapes me, and I get a gigantic aerial combo done on me and freaking lose Super Skrull because he would never do his command throw. He just sits there and crouches and punches, and if you watch any of my videos, you'll hear me all the time saying, move didn't come out, super didn't come out, nothing came out, and I'm not sitting there saying that to make excuses for why I'm bad. I know I'm a bad player, but I'm being serious, because sometimes I'll do a good combo, and I'll throw them up the air and go to do my super to finish it off, and the super never comes out, and even though I do the motion on the gamepad, I know I am, the move doesn't come out, and I lose the combo and get punished for it. So what I'm going to do is, for my birthday, which is in May, it's a couple months away, but I'm going to be getting a fighting stick, which I hope will seriously improve my game. I know that I still suck. I'm not making excuses for why I'm bad because I have a gamepad. That doesn't mean it's not like I'm going to get the joystick and become a great player all of a sudden, no. But there's 2 big parts to the game. There's the mental aspect, obviously. You need to be quick with both, too. You need to be quick with your mind. You need to know what you want to do, think about what you want to do, and it's all in your mind, and be tactical. The other is the technical part of it, the actual motions and the button pressing and stuff like that to make what you want to happen up here come out on the screen. And the joystick is going to at least help with one of those, being the technical. Now obviously I still have a lot to learn, the mental aspects of the game, and I just need to keep playing and playing and playing until that mental aspect starts clicking. But what I'm going to do is I have my gamepad here with me, okay, and I'm going to show you, at least, I'm not 100% sure on all of these because I've never actually been able to play with a fighting stick before, but I do want to show you some of the things that it will help improve, okay? So let me bring this up to the screen here. Obviously this is my PS3 controller, okay? Now, here's the thing. Let me I zoom out a little bit here so that I'm not like, no, I guess I can. I'm zooming that all the way, okay? Because I don't want to be like right up in your face. But anyway, I'll just hold the controller out. Obviously these are the analog sticks. Now, these are what I'm using. I know some people like the D-pad, but you know, most of the special and super moves and stuff are like a quarter circle or a dragon punch motion, and with this, I'm sorry, but my fingers aren't quick enough to do it. It's not good enough for me to roll like that. It's extremely awkward, and for me, it just doesn't work. So I use the stick. Now, most of the motions that I can't get to come out are the rolling ones, the quarter circles and stuff, and all that. Well, here's the deal. As you can see here, this stick has a very wide radius, okay? It really is. It's a big, wide radius of motion here on these sticks, and that obviously reduces your speed. I talked about how important it is. If you're not fast in this game, you're dead. I mean, I've learned that from playing. If you're not quick, you're dead. And because this is so wide, you can't get it out as quick as you would like, okay? Because you have to obviously cover a greater distance. Also, you're using your thumbs, okay, to do this. Now, your thumbs are just not that flexible, okay? They're not. They have obviously one joint in them, and you just, in my opinion, your thumb is too slow to do some of the things, especially like dashing with the analog stick. Not only are you using your thumb, which isn't that quick, but you've got to go, you know, a longer distance all the way to the side here with this stick. So you're like, and you're trying to do it, and it's extremely awkward, and a lot of times I can't do it fast enough to dash, so I very rarely am able to dash, which is a huge part of it. So this stick is my biggest problem that I'm having right now. It's a wide radius. Now, again, I don't know this for a fact, but it seems like from watching close-ups of sticks and everything else that the radius on those things is much smaller, and obviously you're going to have an entire hand that you can take and do the motions. And obviously that's going to increase my speed other than trying to use my thumb with this little stick that has a very wide radius, okay? So that's that. Another thing that's a huge problem is, as you know, for specials, or maybe if you don't know, if you haven't played the game, for special moves, you do whatever motion you have to on the analog stick plus one attack button. Now I changed the layout of my buttons here from the default. I made X light attack, square medium, triangle heavy, and circle launcher. It just makes more sense in my head to do it that way. And so it's a special move is 1 plus 1 button, 1 attack button, either X, square, or triangle. That's not a problem if I can actually get the motion to happen. Okay, the problem lies when I'm trying to do the super move and I need to hit 2. Well, again, I have my thumb that I'm playing with, okay, and I guess I could do this, but good luck, you know, if you don't have anything supporting back here when you move your hand to do that. So when you hit, if you miss those 2 buttons, that's it. So I still use my thumb, but what I have to do is hit 2 of them, okay, with my thumb. Now that may not seem difficult, and it's not when you're sitting there just hitting 2 buttons, but when you're in a match doing all this stuff and your hands are over here hitting buttons and you go to hit 2, a lot of the times what winds up happening is I only hit one of these buttons and I don't apply the proper pressure to hit them both at the same time, and I get my special and not my super. That has cost me a bunch of matches, okay? And then finally, the biggest technical issue as far as being able to actually do is X Factor. Now, if you don't know, to activate X Factor in Marvel 3, you need to hit all 4 of these buttons at the same time. Medium, light, heavy, and launcher, or special button at the same time. Well, these are in a circle here, and I have a finger. how am I supposed to hit all these at the same time and be efficient? Well, here's what I do, and this is literally what I do. I take the palm of my hand, this part, and I just start smashing. And I have to do it 2, 3, 4 times for X Factor to come out. Now, why is that a problem? Well, because it's a lot of problems, because there's obviously a tactic where if you do a super move and you're in the middle of the super, you can cancel it with X Factor right into the same super. Well, that tactic for me with this thing is basically eliminated, okay? Because there's no way I'm in the middle of a super and can do this and actually get it to work the first time. It never works the first time, okay? If I do manage to get it out, there's no way that I can do the motion and get back like that and have the coordination to hit these 2 buttons to pull off the other super. It's just too, you know, clumsy, and it's just, you know, it's not going to work, alright? So that tactic is basically gone for me. And so as you can see, I have a lot of technical issues using this. And I think a joystick would sincerely, you know, improve that aspect of my game, so that at least I can get my moves to come out when I want after I play around with the stick and get used to it, okay? But I'm going to go from 2 thumbs, okay, and trying to hit all these buttons in a circle, to 2 full hands with a bigger stick with a smaller radius and all of my buttons laid out for me that I can basically use all my fingers. I mean, hitting 2 buttons at one time on that is no problem. Neither is hitting all 4 for X Factor. It's not a problem like it is on this. You can use all 4 fingers and just go boop right on the buttons in X Factor. While over here, you still can do the whole hand motion for the next super in 2 buttons. So that's the deal with that. Now, I don't want to use this as a crutch and say this is the whole reason that I'm so bad, because I know that there's people who's actually really good at using these things. I don't know how, but there are. Now, there's not a lot from what I've seen, okay? And obviously the top tournament competitors that I've seen and heard about all have, you know, joysticks. So, and I can pretty much see the reason why. I still think that somebody who masters using a fighting stick would have an advantage over somebody who masters using a gamepad. You know, that may not be true, but that's what it just seems like to me. I don't know. I'm going to have to cut this update into 2 parts. When we come back, I want to talk about what kind of stick I'm looking at getting, and basically round out my discussion of how things are going with MvC3. So come back for part 2 to learn about what kind of stick I am getting and some other interesting notes. So I will be back in part 2.